Oh yeah.
The original, the OG. I don't know.
Woo man. Hey, so of course not I saw all on YouTube and Twitter that of course Chad Gable was the original El Grande Americano. Oh Lord. We as if we did not know. It is revealed. Oh.
It's hilarious that they were chanting, "That's Chad Gable,"
Right.
as he was unmasking. Yeah,
Oh.
no shit. Like, instead of them
I
chanting,
didn't
"No, it's
know.
not," they should have been chanting, "Yeah, no shit."
Said I would not have known if you had not taken the mask off, sir.
No caca. No caca. This is AAA, of course.
Man, this shit was hilarious. Whatever, being promos, and they go, "Hey, listen here, Bucko." It's like that's Chad Gable, man. Oh, that was great, though. Oh, that was great.
Apparently, they put on a hell of a match too. What I saw of it was amazing. Of course, all I saw was clips, but it was fantastic.
So no, I mean all that you could. I think it's on YouTube, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, today. Oh no, later on, I think it's probably right now. It's Clash at Italy. So,
Yes, it is.
but
I
it
think it's
is.
is it right now?
I think it's going on right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's pre-show or the actual match or what. I don't know. But
Yeah.
oh man, hey, so
Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar 2.
yay! Like,
Uh,
go home, Brock.
just
Go
beat
home.
that dead horse. Beat that dead
Just
horse.
go home, Brock.
All the matches the in Clash in Italy are just beating a dead horse.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Brock might as well say, "I'm only here because I'm contractually obligated to be here." Because
I said it before, I'll
oh,
say it again. Just please retire. Just
just
please retire,
said
Brock.
you don't have to go home, but you do have to go away.
Yeah. Just
You don't have to go
uh,
home, but you do got to go.
yeah. Train train people. Just just don't just don't be here. We're done with you.
And says, I mean,
We-
I said,
Nobody
no, if you want to
nobody really needs
wrestle, if you want to wrestle local matches around where you live and shit like that, all right. As long as they're not on, okay.
it.
As long it's
Oh,
like you just have to pay.
yeah. Yeah,
Like,
we got that one match in Lubbock, Texas that we got to cover.
so, that one match that one year.
Yeah.
That's all he wrestles because you got to pay bills. Oh man, but man, I am excited for this new season of X-Men '97.
Oh god, that looks so good.
Oh my god, yeah,
There
and
I love how they put not a glimmer of Gambit in there, and it looks so amazing.
right,
Like, You get the X Force
And
pull in.
here's the thing that I really do enjoy about X-Men 97 is, well, I like this, that it's a continuous storyline with it. You
Yeah,
know, each story is not its own. I mean, yeah, it's cool. Each story, each episode is like its own separate contained story, and that's fine. I like Dill. I'm more of a I love the long form storytelling.
yeah.
I I love that, you
I
know?
don't. I don't enjoy bottle episodes where
Yeah,
everything is just contained within that episode. I
right.
like a longer story arc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I agree.
And while, the original X-Men, the cartoon that
They
came out in
they
97,
did a lot of bottle episodes.
yeah,
Yeah.
like 90, like a good probably 90-95% of them were bottle episodes.
Or part 1, part 2, part 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were good about that.
They were notorious with those, yeah.
Yeah. Even 4 parters.
And
The I think, the Dark Phoenix saga was, 4 part.
was a four-parter, yeah.
Yeah.
And which we needed more stuff like that,
Yeah.
you know? And I enjoyed
But
that, you know? And another thing, right? I do love how X-Men 97, the animation is a lot cleaner, crisper, it's
yeah,
a lot more fluent.
it feels like the original, but clean. Like
Exactly.
like it's still the original format, but it's just updated.
Yeah. And like their movements and everything is a lot smoother.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like and I never forget it. It was the very first fight scene in which Cyclops, just the way he was moving and fighting, it was like, okay, in actual 97, that fight
Yeah.
scene would not be,
No, no, no,
like
no,
that
no,
at
no.
all.
No.
It would have been just
Like
him using a
two
laser and
hits
then knocking him out,
2
and that's
hits
it.
instead of like several hits and the use of his optic laser.
Right.
Yeah.
And I knew, and something that was pretty cool that I'd never considered that, Cyclops would do or could do was there was one part in that fight scene in which he uses optic lasers, and normally that how we see how Cyclops grounds himself, then he shoots, and so it doesn't to push him back.
Yeah.
But this time he used it in that sense to where he could push himself back, get himself out of the way of danger and stuff like that, and he uses
Right.
that as
That has
not only just a
been
weapon but also as a
yeah, that
maneuvering.
and like whenever you see one of the first things you see is like him jumping out of the plane and using his optic laser uh to cushion
Kind of,
himself
yeah.
as he comes down. Him using his optic laser to do work instead of just using it as a
Mm,
weapon.
right.
That is something that is key to this whole run of X-Men 97 is like you see a lot more of that.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to be what's different is that he did do that. He did do that a lot in the comic book.
Hmm.
I didn't notice it a whole lot because I was always like a kind of I fucking hate Cyclops, but yeah, I I'm just like shut up, dude. Like as much of a Boy Scout
as
as
Scott was.
as Captain America was, Scott was like 10 times worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm just like always like, dude.
Said, "Oh my god,
Throw
this
the
guy gets shut up."
throw the rule book out, please.
Said every now and again, break a
And
rule,
just,
something, bend it,
just could
anything.
you live a little? I don't care which incarnation it is. It's just like, except for like whenever Gene died and he was like a brooding uh
Yeah, when
dick.
he yeah.
That was the only time that I was like, okay,
All right, I like
now
this Scott.
now he's
I
kind of
said, "You're
getting a
all right."
little interesting at least.
Said, "Now you're all right."
He's getting a little interesting. He's just an asshole, but he's getting a little interesting.
Said, "Oh, okay. All right, see.
He's
All
looking at
right, Scott."
Wolverine like, I took lessons from you. And Wolverine's like,
Said, well,
huh,
"Goddamn, man, you
huh,
are a quick study."
I kind of like you
I like the other Scott where I could trash talk him, and his insults were lame. That was actually
Yeah.
pretty good. I don't like this.
I learned it from watching you. Good point. I don't
Touche,
like
sir.
this. I don't like
Touche.
this Scott. I agree with him too much.
So I don't like this Scott. This Scott is I I agree with him. I
Yeah.
don't like it. I don't like it. I
Something's wrong
usually
with the
agree with other. I
something's wrong with the universe when Wolverine and Scott think alike.
agree and get along.
Yeah.
When they agree and they get along,
Yeah.
it's
Might
like
want to rethink
they could get along
things.
on something or they can agree on something. Never, never the two.
Yeah.
But it's a scary moment when the one situation they agree on it and and they work together. It's like, oh, you knew the world was going to shit then. You knew the world was going to shit.
Oh yeah.
Like Apocalypse and Mr. Sinister and the Brotherhood of Evil had all teamed up.
Yeah.
And along with
that's the other thing is you knew as soon as that group that was carrying who is it supposed to be? I think it's uh, Xavier. I know Xavier, Magneto, and
Mhm.
they met up with Young and Sabanur, and it's like, okay, no part of this can go good, right?
said like I see what's about to happen.
Like there's nothing good that could come of
Said I
this,
mean
right?
nothing good is going to happen. I mean it everything is
Two of
going
the
to go
most powerful,
horrifically wrong.
like three of the most powerful mutants in existence, are right there
It's like,
in ancient Egypt at the same time.
yeah, that's that's a recipe for disaster. Oh my god, man. But yeah, and I do like and I wasn't I don't know about this whole affair that Rogue and Magneto were having. Not too sure about that. But
Yeah.
I'm just I and here's the thing though, in that show, they pretty much could, have established that wrote that Magneto is the only person, I guess, because of his powers of magnetism or something like that, where she can actually physically touch him and it not affect him.
Yeah.
Even though in the X-Men movies, she could very much affect him by touching him. But Hey, it is what it is. You had to create that drama for stories, I guess.
In the comic
Even
books, she can touch him because he can basically turn off the synapses that register touch so that she's able to touch him.
makes perfect sense.
Comic book logic.
Makes perfect sense. Absolute perfect sense.
Hey, I'm just, I'm just the
Hey, I
messenger.
know. Hey, listen, man. As someone, as a purveyor of comics myself, okay. So we understand how comic logic works, okay?
Yeah.
How comic book physics work, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I guess, wasn't sure about it, but it definitely adds an extra, dimension of storytelling, because now it's living day to day as a mutant, relationships, even though, hey, um, I can move metal and change everything with my mind, and I can literally take the Golden Gate Bridge and just throw it at somebody because I just think about it. And I could do that. But even still, yeah, still I still have relationship problems because these bitches ain't loyal.
Well, and she's the she's the only one that he can touch.
Yeah. And I get it. They
But she's in love with Gambit.
with Gambit, but here's the thing that the only one that she can physically touch is him,
Yeah.
Magneto. So that kind of puts her at a weird spot because here is someone that her whole base, almost her whole life, she's gone without being able to actually touch somebody. And if they do, it, kills them if she holds on long enough.
Yeah.
And so I get it. Here's the one person that you can, touch with your bare hand. I don't know why you want to because, people are gross. But, hey, here's one you can touch. It has a whole different sensation. And it's literally out of the 7+ billion people on Earth, the only one person you could touch. Okay.
And that's a
But
metaphor.
yeah, but definitely, I cannot wait. It's gonna be pretty good, pretty good,
Yeah.
pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And I'm also waiting on He Man to start. I guess either Amazon or Apple, whatever two services start streaming it,
Yeah.
and waiting on that because I refuse to go out to the theaters to see that shit because I would be damned. I would be damned if I go out, I step outside my house, I put on pants, right? And I go to the theater and I
Not for
spend
that.
money.
Not for that.
Said I did not put on pants to watch this movie just so I can have all kinds of people make all kinds of noise behind me and say, I had the power, I had the power. And these little kids is like, yeah, that. And they watch the cartoons and shit like that on Netflix. And they say, well, that's not how He-Man is supposed to go. Why not? Where Ram is Ram Ma'am, not Ram Man. Like, shut up. And you have the older people that watched the 2002. Well, actually, that's not that's close. How I was supposed. Shut up, too. And he has the old mofos like me. They'd be like, well, actually, why why they have He-Man and Adam? But say, shut up. I know it's you, Thomas. That's your thing, and I know you hate that shit. Hey, look exactly the same. Just one got a tan. Shut up. Just enjoy the damn movie. You think of it like Superman, except where he changes, he uses a sword. Instead of just taking a shirt off, he just lifts a sword in the air. That's all he has to do. Oh,
Better than a phone booth, at least.
right. But yeah, waiting on that one because there's one that just started streaming not too long ago. Super Mario Galaxy.
I never
So I
watched the
mean,
first one.
the first one was good.
Really?
It was good. It was surprisingly good. Even though Chris Pratt, was a voice of Mario, which eh,
Eh.
despite that, it was still good. It was still a good movie. You know, nowhere near the atrocious levels of the goddamn Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo in the 90s.
Oh God.
Oh my. Oh,
Oh.
the 90s, the mystical, magical time of horrible movies.
John Leguizamo.
John Leguizamo, yeah, he cast a Puerto Rican dude to play an Italian plumber. And
We're working off the equivalent of like a DUI in Hollywood, I guess. I don't know
I
what the
guess
hell.
so.
I don't know what the hell he was doing.
I don't know either, man. But
He was he was doing somebody a favor. Rent was due.
so yeah, obviously, you know, he's blackmailed, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because whoever, whoever his agent was that said, you should try for this part, he or she needs a ass whooped.
Yeah. Needs to be fired expeditiously. Just damn.
I hope after that movie that the whole casting business just went out and just hit
Yeah.
the just went down the drain.
What are you doing?
I know that was wrong for me to say that, but you know what?
Yeah.
After that atrocious movie, oh my god! So, oh man,
The
did
movie was
you
hilarious and that it was so horrible.
right? Oh man, I saw on Amazon a couple days ago that I started watching was Spider Noir.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's all
How is
right.
that?
It's okay. Um, it's Nicolas Cage in it, so it's a roller coaster. Like some parts of it good, some parts of it's like why, but it's like Nicolas Cage is like at this point in his career, I think he's just kind of I would say giving up. Um, but it just seems like he has a range of emotion of a fruit salad because it is just very plain. Like it comes to it, you could either watch it in black and white or in color. Um, but see, what it shows about you could watch it in color. It's like it's like how you will see like like old movies and stuff like that that were
Uh,
originally done all in black and white, and then they added color later onto it.
okay.
So it's like it's color, technically, but
Yeah, because it's
it's like,
Technicolor.
yeah, that's how it looked.
Okay.
They gave that kind of old 1930s, 1940s, um,
Added in.
yeah, added in color, which is cool because that was the whole vibe they were going for, within the story.
Yeah.
And so far it's all right. It's just like your classic Spider-Man story.
Yeah.
Um, you got your mob boss running the city, buying all the cops, and and he's they're trying to stop the crime. Except he's not a photographer, of course. He's private eye, solving crimes, and at this point in the story, he's kind of retired from being Spider-Man and is kind of coming out of retirement. It's like one of those stories.
Okay.
He's coming out of retirement because the crime has in the city has become too rampant.
Crime has risen again.
Exactly.
I've and I and only I've and only I can help.
In which that,
It's almost like a Batman story too, because that's
it is a little bit, yeah.
it's gotta have a Batman feel to it.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit it does. You know, and I would say it made me remember about Ghost Rider and the Spirit of Vengeance, which, all right, it was looking back, I look back at it again, right? And Spirit of Vengeance, well, it had its flaws. It wasn't a bad movie per
Mhm,
se.
mhm.
It was just a very predictable plot.
Yeah,
And I think that is was not really like bad acting, but it was like stiff acting.
yeah.
But it
Well,
wasn't.
it felt like it was written by an intern.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I said it wasn't bad. I mean, I liked how they kind of with that one focused a lot more on the Ghost Rider, himself,
Yeah.
and a lot less of Johnny Blaze trying to get with this girl, like in the first one, or trying to anything like that.
Yeah.
If I look back at this, I was like, you know what? I think it got while it had its flaws, it deserved a little bit more love than what it got. Not a whole lot. I mean, I'm not going ridiculous with it and saying, it was a
Yeah,
great movie and it should be.
not
Oh
too
no,
much,
that's going way
but
too far.
just more
Just
than it
more
was
than just like the
originally
level of hate that it got.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, yeah.
it's a little bit more appreciation because hey, how they did the actual Ghost Rider. I mean, it was pretty good visually. The Hell Cycle and how they Johnny Blaze, we was full rider and how the whole his whole look and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's not better than the first one. Um, but I'm nowhere near saying that it was a great movie.
No, no, God, no.
Oh, oh man, and but have you did you do your homework and checked out season
You kn
2 of
you
Invincible
know
yet?
what? You know what? I did. I
That's what I'm
actually
talking.
I actually finished the season, like, literally, like, minutes before I came down here to get on here.
Hey, you know what? Whether it's minutes before
I
or
I
what, you
I
UK.
realized while I was in Chicago, I was like, "Oh, shit. I need to watch season 2 of," and I started watching it, and I managed to get, like, 4 episodes in while I was in Chicago, and then I watched the last 4 episodes, and I managed to get all four. I fell asleep through, like, part of, I think, episode 6, and I didn't have the heart
Okay.
to backtrack, but so I missed, like, part of something, but I missed, like, Duplicate dying,
Oh,
but
yeah. That
but
that that battle. Woo.
and, uh, Rexplode getting shot in the head.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I missed that part too, but
that was gnarly. That was a whole fight against, I guess, their what do they call it? Wasn't the Serpent Society.
yeah, it was there.
Something similar to it.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
And, Rex, Cade, was it Ray? I think it was Ray. Somebody else that was in there with it, and just they got their asses handed to them.
Yeah.
And the way Kate, oh my god, the way she died was just so many bodies and so many body parts. And it's like you see all these, the aliens and creatures and everything like that. And they just simply just like pick people up and just rip them in half, squeeze their heads, just like it's nothing. And I'm like, what the hell strong are you, man? What the hell? Ooh. But but man, so look at and I will say this, man, and with season two, when we find Nolan went to oh yeah, the tracks what's the Traxxas? The Trax homeworld. Oh, he ended up there and banged the queen and popped out Oliver.
Yeah.
And so I was thinking to myself, right? So with Viltrumites, they get older. When they get older, they get stronger,
Right.
right? So when they get older, they get stronger. And if Oliver, the way he ages, he'll end up eventually being older than Mark. So if he's end up being older than Mark, would that mean he'll be stronger than Mark?
Huh.
Because even though he's the same as Mark, have Viltrumite, However, his aging is faster than Mark's. So I don't know.
I
He
mean,
may.
in theory, yeah.
I guess in theory he could. But either way, like we see this whole season, it's like Mark kind of coming to grips with coming to terms with everything his dad has done, trying to step out of the shadow of his dad to prove that, he's not his dad. Like he's not a conqueror. He's not just gonna randomly just kill people like that. He's trying so hard to prove that because he's in the shadow of his dad. The dad being the most powerful, hero on earth. So it's kind of interesting for him to kind of see that whole him trying so hard and fighting so hard against, being a Viltrumite. And then when he gets flung into the other dimension by what's his name? Promise I can never remember these names. But either way,
Yeah.
with the with the guy that could open portals to different dimensions, right?
Yep. I'm on it.
And hang on, we're gonna find this out real quick. Like he's fighting so hard, but then this guy pushes him and pushes him and pushes him and pushes him until he he ends up almost becoming his dad, so to speak.
Two.
But I mean, but not really like he's conquering the planets or anything like that, or he any kind of shit like that. But he was saying that guy threatened his family, threatened his him, his family, his home, everybody, and then he ends up bah, 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 beating him to death, which was whew, it was something. It was something. Angstrom Levy. That's it.
Thank you.
Angstrom Levy. Voiced by Sterling K. Brown. Just just really kind of a bad guy that was like really scary, like unintentionally scary.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it like this, right? If if the Guardians of the Globe never tried to find any kind of way to open up dimensions or anything like that, he would have been stuck there for the rest of his life.
Hmm.
Stuck on that version of that planet or Earth or whatever for the rest of his life. And then no telling, what the Viltrumites there would have been. So that that kind of see that scene, it was almost like it was really foreshadowing to what was going to happen. So because so hard he tried to fight against that.
Yeah.
That is fighting against that, fighting so hard against that, and then he basically gave in to. I don't know if you would properly say he gave into his human side, and the Viltrumite side handled business. I guess that would be kind of the way to say it, because because we look at the Viltrumites and they don't give a shit about anything or anybody,
No, they really don't.
and they don't care about anything or anybody. Damn sure they're not gonna care about your ass. But hey, what's up, JLC? But on the other hand, he has his human side. That's the emotions, and he always loves family. His mom, brother, and here's this dude saying he's gonna kill both of them. For whatever reason, because he has a thing against Mark, and for just him being pushed and pushed and pushed like that to prove him right, that in the end he turned out to be almost like his dad, but for a different kind of reason.
Yeah.
So it's like whereas he had established that his dad viewed killing them one as they're thinning out the herd. They need to die anyways. We're gonna outlive them. So it's like, why does it matter? And like he sees enemies, and instead of trying to beat them, reason with them, or anything like that, just instant kill, because it's just easier.
Yeah.
And they, in their opinion, they needed to go anyways. And so here's Mark, so hard trying to fight that, but then he caves in, but it's because to protect his family. It was the Viltrumites kind of figure out a way to coerce that and twist it into, well, we're protecting everyone with our way of doing things. Our way of doing things, it is it is right, it is pure, it is efficient, and it will cause peace and tranquility throughout all the earth and all throughout the galaxy under Viltrumite rule, blah 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 blah.
For a
And
bunch of beings that are all about purity, they are surprisingly okay with humans.
yeah. And here's the I think it's because, and there was a line that was said that I think Nolan had said or kind of hinted at when Mark was first introduced to Oliver, and that he said that Viltrumites, because Mark looks exactly like them, they're not going to mess with him. But they see Oliver, he does not look like Viltrum. He does not look
Right.
Viltrumite,
Right.
and instantly they will consider him to be, I guess, like a not
Less.
less than, and they will end up murking him because he has purple skin. And
Just
all the Viltrumites are either. Actually, I've not seen a black Viltrumite.
yeah, there was the one that The
Oh
one that
yes, yeah,
came
yeah,
or
that's right. Yep, yep. And
the
so,
one that came back
yep.
and
Mm-hmm.
talked shit.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even
That is
remember his name, but came back and cracked him in the back, holding his intestines back in.
yeah.
It's
So,
like, next time, make sure he's dead.
oh man,
That
yeah,
was
man,
awesome.
bruh, bruh. So at this point, all we've seen Viltrumites are just black and white.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we've seen about the same as like how we are same as us.
Same
So
thing.
that's why they're they're okay with with humans because humans look like Viltrumites, so they're cool. You want to talk about the ultimate planet of racist? Oh my god, man! Like the whole society, like they don't give a fuck what color you are. Are you Viltrumite? Nope. You Viltrumite? Nope. Damn.
But see, that's the thing is like, you're, are you Viltrumite? No. uh,
Yeah.
uh.
At least they're not going like, well, you're a black Viltrumite.
You're close enough. You're
Says you're a
close
white
enough.
Viltrumite.
You're close enough.
But then they say, oh, say you
Every
have purple skin. Oh,
Viltrumite
you're weird.
every Viltrumite is going to the planet and being like, no, no.
Right. And the one thing I've noticed, and I've noticed that with all of the Viltrumites that are men, they all have the same 70s style porn stash.
Yeah. Except
All of
for
them,
the except for what's his name? Thrag?
except for
Thrag's got
Thrag, who has
Thrag.
I think he
Yeah,
has
he's got
a full
he
beard.
no, no,
No, no, no, no, no, no.
no, he's got the Sinestro uh
The
mustache.
thin
Yeah, the thin mustache.
mustache.
Clancy
No.
Brown.
Oh, Clancy.
Clancy Brown. All I can hear. That's all I can hear every time I hear his fucking voice.
Every time I think Clancy Brown, I always think that's goddamn Lex Luthor. That's Lex Luthor. That's all I hear every time I hear that's Lex Luthor.
All I can think of is Mr. Krabs. Either that or fucking Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Yeah. Uh
Yeah.
or there was a he was on an episode of Enterprise.
Uh-huh.
That's the that's the
Oh
really
man.
that's the really dorky part of me because like if I was if I was to ever I was telling a friend of mine if I was he went to Comic Con here in Evansville. I don't know what it was. It was like Horror Con or something. He got to meet
Okay.
Jeffrey Dean
Okay.
He got to meet Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yeah, got pictures with him and all kinds of shit. Paid like $50 to see him and everything. Him and his daughter
Nice.
got to take pictures with him and shit. And I was like, here's the thing: is I would be the dork that would be like, "Hey, I just want to say, like, yeah, that all the Walking Dead shit was cool, but I really liked you in Star Trek Enterprise." Just to see what he would say. And he was like, he was in Star Trek Enterprise. He was like,
So Star
exactly.
Trek Enterprise. Exactly.
He was in one episode. He had barely a speaking part, and nobody
He'll look at you,
remembers.
he's like,
Nobody
Enterprise.
remembers that he actually was in an episode. But
It's like Enterprise. So no one remembers that.
but he was on an episode and was credited with it. And I would just be, just to see the look on his face, just to be like,
So
"What the hell
you
is
remember
wrong with
that?
you?
Said
What the hell is wrong with you?" Like so
said
many
no one remembers
things.
that. My own
I
family
speak
don't remember that.
like I barely even have
That'd
that.
be hilarious.
I barely even have that on my resume. I don't.
Said I barely
I don't
remember
even.
that. He's like, I just went there because
Is
Rhett
that
could
even
do.
on my IMDb?
Oh my god! But man, but yeah, he's always going to be Lex Luthor to me. He'll always be Lex Luthor. Like he was in oh yeah, in Gen V for the boys, like the boys spinoff. It's like that's Lex Luthor as a that's Lex Luthor
Oh
as a college dean.
yeah.
Like everything's always Lex Luthor as this or Lex Luthor as a so Lex Luthor as a college dean. What do you have? Gen V. Oh man, yeah, it's Clancy Brown, Lex Luthor, and Invincible.
Oh yeah, who
But
was it? I heard her. Uh,
hey, what's up, Sigrid?
hey Sigrid,
And what in the hell? All right,
Gray.
but
Her name is Gray Delisi. Delisi.
oh, Gray Delise.
Delise. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was one of the Viltrumites that came for Nolan and Mark. Uh,
Hang on. I want to say because it had it here. Was it Gray Delise, Shrink Ray, Monster Girl, uh, Monster Girl, Amanda, Betsy, Daphne, Thula. That's it.
yeah,
Thula. Now that, oh my God, this bitch here, she's vicious.
yeah,
That bitch is vicious.
yeah,
You talk about, all right. Now
yeah.
we've
But
seen,
Gray Delisi, she's
like,
that will always be God, what is her name?
for me, she's always going to be Poison Ivy.
That's a good one too.
But
From the
yeah,
Clone
she's a
Wars.
Clone Wars. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Um,
Oh, damn. What was he? What was she at? Clone
the
Wars, Clone Wars, Clone.
Apprentice, the
Oh,
female.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
Um, Asajj Ventress.
yes, Ventress. I was like, what? She had like
Size Ventress. Yeah.
one name that they called her all the time,
It was
Ventress.
Ventress.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah,
Size Ventress.
she'll always be Ventress to me.
And she was
But like
she was vicious.
she shows up all the time everywhere, and I'm just like, I hear her voice, and it's just like it just hits me just the right way, and I'm just like, oh, Ventress.
Ventress.
Oh. It just takes me back to this one scene uh from uh whenever her and Obi-Wan teamed up, and
Uh-huh.
she like handed him one of her lightsabers, and she's just like, I want that back. And he's just like, and he's like, that's fine, red's not my color.
I remember that, yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? She's kind of hot.
Said, you know what? I like Ventress. I like her. And the simple fact is that she was able to use like the curved hilt
Yeah,
saber because being taught by
Dooku.
Count Dooku. It's like, all right, all right, all right. I could never understood. I never understood the curved hilt part of it until doing more research into
Yeah,
Star Wars lore and figuring out that the curved hilt is helps out better with his lightsaber style.
yeah.
So I was like, oh,
How
well
it
that makes
twists,
sense,
how it twists, and
right?
yeah,
Know how it twists and it gives gives him more control,
yeah.
works with his form.
More
Okay,
rotation.
right, yeah. So it's like, all right, cool. I could live with that. That explains it, you know, reasonably. And but he was one man. He whooped everybody's ass except for Anakin, but he was whooping everybody's ass.
Yeah. Speaking of whooping
Whew.
everybody's ass.
And but man, and the one thing, all right, and I would say never. I almost to a point kind of surprised me was when Nolan left. After beating Mark's ass the way he did, and he left. I never thought that a Viltrumite could, be able to go through a severe depression the way he did and would want to be, suicidal. And how would a Viltrumite commit suicide? Well, go right into a black hole. Go right into a sun, I guess. That's the only way, I guess. So,
Yeah.
because I mean,
Well, I mean, there's no guarantee, but it's as good an
as good
idea
as
as any.
as good as any, you know,
You just kind
outside
of
of,
if you're just listing lazily along the universe,
and
whatever.
it's like, well, all right, cool. Let
Uh,
me,
we'll give it a shot.
well, let me see if this black hole will do anything. Suppose it might be better than completely having your ass handed to you by the other Viltrumites. But hey,
Uh, what's the
hey, it is what it is, and that's
what's
what.
the worst that could happen?
Oh, but man, look at that beat down they gave him when they got the Traxia. Oh my god. And they beat the hell out of him and Mark. Man, that was an ass whooping for the ages. Like, you know what? All right. So, the Viltrum might have to have some kind of like, elevated healing factor, okay? Because how many times have we seen Nolan and Mark have, teeth knocked out, all this shit all messed up, right?
Didn't they make a joke about that? Like, didn't they make a joke about Mark? Like, hey, your teeth grow back. That's good to know.
It's like it's like okay. That's really convenient. That's handy. That comes up really handy. You get your teeth, tooth knocked out. A couple days later, it grows back, and it's right back. It's like, all right, cool. That's not as good as say like Wolverine, Deadpool, or the Hulk, but hey, a couple days is better than not
So
not
it's
having it growing
something.
back at
It's
all.
something. Yeah.
It's something. It's better than not having grown back at all. Oh, he got shot in his ear.
Allegedly. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Uh,
Allegedly. Oh, yeah, this whole second season, it definitely focused a lot on them coming to terms with everything. You know, Mark's mom coming to terms with everything that Nolan did.
ooh,
And all of her friends, all of her friends, they were all, you know,
estranged.
spouses of the Guardian. So it's like her whole friend group now is gone,
Ah.
basically gone. And here she is, trying to get out, meet people now because her husband's gone. She has no clue where Nolan's at. Uh, He's out on another planet, being off another planet,
doing
getting a butt pregnant,
doing what Nolan does best.
doing what Nolan does, making another kid.
Mhm.
And
Mhm. Mhm.
we see her, just kind of go through the grief, go through the whole um PTSD of just everything like that, trying to kind of find herself who she is as a person again, and just kind of see her kind of cope with all that and try to move past and move forward. We see Mark this whole time he's trying to balance being a hero and school and trying to step out of his dad's shadow at the same time
And a
and
relationship.
a relationship.
Mhm. That's fun.
And all of that shit just ends up in flames. All of it.
Everything, everything.
Everything. Everything. He ends up at the end becoming the bad guy that he did not want to be. End up killing someone that he didn't want to kill. He fought this whole time to not do that, even though, Nolan, I kind of said, bro, you gonna kill somebody. You're gonna have to kill somebody. I know you don't want to, but you're gonna have to kill somebody. I mean, it you're damn near gonna live forever. They're not.
Yeah.
And him trying to again break away from that to fight against that and basically saying it's like, even though their lives that they may not live as long as me, that doesn't mean they don't deserve to live. And so that's him trying to fight being a Viltrumite, basically. And then we see the rest of the Guardians trying to rebuild themselves up, try to, still protect the earth, still protect people the way that they need to, and the whole nine. And so we see the Guardians, go through rebuilding, go through the pain, go through the loss, go through the mourning, go through everything. And this is like something we have really not seen in a lot of just like animated shows like this. To where we see, the they dive more into kind of like, the how these heroes, how does it affect their families? You know, how do they handle relationships? How do they handle friendships? How do they handle, you know, the situations on a global, intergalactic scale,
Yeah.
you know? And this whole entire season was just kind of geared towards kind of now understanding the real truth, facing that truth, and just kind of coming to terms with basically the the rose colored glasses have now come off. They're essentially just boom. They're woke now, basically. And how do they handle bubble?
Girl, like,
Hey, Infernal? I don't know, man. That's a super shit right there. That's a super shit right there. I don't know how they handle. Look here, man. I talked about that one. I asked Thomas once. I sent him a text and said, I wonder how, because on the planet Viltrum, like how would their indoor plumbing would be? Like what kind of plumber, what kind of Viltrumite plumber, how would that work? I wonder how that would work. You see a Viltrumite in just like everyday jobs, right? And you see one working at a grocery store. You see like a Viltrumite at the Waffle House.
do they still have a mustache and speak in a pleasing baritone?
Yes, and yes. But I will say, you know what, the one that has the most convenient powers in that whole entire series, Eve. See, because here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. She was straight up went into a whole battle, everything like that. Finish up. She's all dirty, clothes all torn and everything like that. She uses her powers. She's cleaned up, clothes is fine, hair's all done up. You know what? That's some convenient shit right there. That's some convenient shit right there.
She had that planned out.
You know what I'm saying? Like I mean, she took a spot in a tree basically made a tree house, but it was like a mansion-sized tree house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just rearranging molecules around it, you know what I'm saying? Look here, man. Look here, man. That's some convenient that's some convenient shit right there. You know what I'm saying? That's some powers I could not have because I would use the hell out of them. I would have, my neighbor, I would have the biggest house because I just rearrange the molecules of everything. Like I go, like I go to Walmart or to the Target or something like that, and then when it comes time to pay, I just turn the carbon monoxide into money. You know what I'm saying? Like
Zap. Zap.
right. The whole I Adam Eve's power. I'm not gonna lie, I will use the hell out of it. I'll use all use the hell out of it. Tell you, man, that's some convenient shit though. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Hey, think about it like this,
I'd abuse the hell out of that power.
yeah, because I mean, think about it like this. If what would you have? What would you have to eat? You can have anything you wanted. So all you got to do is just boom, rearrange the molecules in the air, and now you got you got sushi, or you got wings, or you got a big ass turkey, or you got you got a steak. You got Philly cheese. You know what I'm saying, bruh? I think you know, and this is where I think I like the boys because the soups there, they use their powers the way I would use them.
Like selfishly. A little bit. A little
Yes,
bit. A little
a little
bit.
bit selfishly. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, hell yeah. You gotta be a
Like,
couple.
yeah, I'm gonna help out some people, but I'm gonna do it a little bit selfishly too.
So help out people. Yeah, I got no problem
Mhm.
helping out people, but at the same time, while I'm out,
Move it.
while I'm out and about and I'm doing stuff, hey, let me handle this real quick.
Yeah.
Let me
You
let me hear let me take this tree and make this tree into a big ass pallet of money. So that way I could
you gonna look like a
so that I
look
can,
look like a look like a cross between Carmelo Hayes and A Train, just
right?
like
Absolutely, man.
uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying?
You want a picture? You want a picture? Okay. 45.
Uh-huh.
45.
So
45.
yeah. Oh yeah, Infernal. You may have less calories, more calories, no calories. That's the beauty of Adam Eve's power, man. Like you may have no calories and it tastes good.
Oh, I
You
didn't
can
think
make
about that. You can make the diet version.
right? You can make the diet version, but it tastes like, the regular. You know what I mean? Like I can make a steak, you know, I can make a steak, but it wouldn't, fuck with me because of my guts. So I can make a steak that wouldn't fuck with my guts. I can make a Philly cheesesteak that wouldn't do that. You know, like oh man. I think all my powers would be food based when it comes to if I had Adam Eve's
Yeah,
powers.
no
It'd be all
calorie
food,
tiramisu. There we go.
right? Man, look.
Some cajeta and some
It'd be my
Tres
whole business model. My
Leches.
whole business model would be I would open a catering type of thing, right? zero calorie,
Yeah.
0 calorie food. You know, has all the healthy, vitamins and nutrients that you all need, and is Rocky Road ice cream. You know what I'm saying?
Phew.
It has everything that you need, and it's a German chocolate cake. It has all the vitamins and everything you need, and it's a red velvet cake, or said diabetes wouldn't be a thing. It have no sugar, but it tastes like pure diabetes. Like I would have a whole. I if I had those powers, I would be beyond wealthy. It's just from doing that. The same thing with say, somehow make reasons that people with peanut allergies can have, so they can finally. Yeah, absolutely, man. I have some with peanuts where anybody that's allergic or has a nut allergy, it wouldn't have the chemical compound in it that would trigger that allergy, but it would still have that taste. Same thing with people that are lactose intolerant, right? They still have milk, but they won't, clear out the whole room, you know, because because of the bubble guts. You know what I'm saying? Like have a base a whole business model of restaurants that say, hey, you eat whatever you want. Said zero consequence. I think that'd be the name of my restaurant. Zero consequence. Everything 0 calories. Tastes like tastes like like it has every calorie in it. You have
Zero
allergies,
consequences.
you don't have to worry about it. You have peanut allergy, you don't have to worry about that. You could taste the peanuts, on anything that has you have a nut allergy. Hey, pause. Then it won't mess with you. You know what I mean? Right? I feel like a lot of superheroes they use their powers wrong. Like like Superman, all right? Yeah, it's cool. You could fly
I mean,
fast, and
I mean, in theory,
you could do all
in
that,
theory,
shit like that.
it's doable.
All right. Um,
But
however,
you
you gotta
could be
realize
doing
that you gotta realize, the type of foods that you can make, sir, from getting the rare exotic thing from this place, because why you can handle it. Like you go down to like somewhere in South America and you can find a giant anaconda. All of a sudden you make a giant anaconda steaks, because I've heard that it tastes like chicken. So people love anaconda. They eat snakes all the time. You can have that rare delicacy right there. Gigantic shit. Or you can, or you can go to the bottom of the ocean and pull out the kraken. You know, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, I was thinking, do you have any idea the money you could be making, the money that Superman could be making for Uber Eats or,
Right,
like DoorDash,
right. Like
cross country
so-
Uber Eats or whatever?
exactly. You know what I'm saying? It's like you could get, DoorDash delivery and said, it'll be here at 8:30, 8:30 on the dot. And it's like, track your order here.
You're
Then all of a
in
sudden,
queue.
says you're in queue. So your dasher has picked up your order. Boom, your dasher is here. Before,
Be about how it is.
like, right? Like by the time you get the notification that your DoorDash is here, you'd already got it. Like
You
the
order
notification came after.
your order from Las Vegas is here in Boston.
Exactly. Like Superman he can make a killing. He can make a killing doing Uber Eats,
You got
DoorDash.
you got a long distance fee of $500.
Exactly, man. Right for ethically sourced shark fin soup. Yep. Hey, I say, hey man, he can go and grab a killer whale. And I know it's wrong. Everybody say, oh, you're not supposed to. Look here, man. I'm eating that goddamn whale.
It's good enough for our RFK Jr.
All right. You know, like I mean, I can handle, swimming in a lake full of feces and not have to worry about getting sick. That's why you could do that with your Superman. And again, and the only one that would be able to make more money than Superman doing DoorDash would be the Flash. Only one. And I don't mean Barry Allen. I mean Wally West.
Right.
I mean, if Wally West would do worldwide DoorDash instantly. How do you? Oh look. Oh, Infernal, look here. You swim in feces. You getting sick. I don't give a damn who you are. You getting sick. Whether whether it's inside or outside, you getting sick. Now, granted, he may build up a tolerance, but from probably not his first time swimming in shit. So probably built up a tolerance and an immunity for swimming and shit. But Superman don't need to build up a tolerance, B. He just go right in. But yeah, I think they're they're just not using their powers right. John Jones, instead of being a cop, he would make he'd be a great therapist. Not the Martian Manhunter, the the Martian psychiatrist. It's like he always seems to know what I'm thinking. Exactly. um, you know what? I mean, Superman might be able to get Kryptonian chlamydia, Kryptonian, something like that. I don't know. Maybe could he? You think he could? I. You know what? I'm. I'm gonna say a solid. I don't know. Because I mean, here's the thing: if kryptonite was near, probably. But take the kryptonite away, throw him into the sun, that shit'll burn up just like that. So I'm gonna say, under certain circumstances, maybe, probably. I If it's under a red sun, maybe. You know what? I Damn it, Infernal. Why you had to ask me that question, man? Now I'm gonna
Yeah,
go down this
no.
whole rabbit hole thing. Can Superman get chlamydia? Can Superman get the class? Now I'm thinking, say, come, you're killing me, Infernal. Now my brain is thinking about this shit.
He's definitely not getting it from Lois.
That is true. That is true.
So I'm guessing
That
no.
is true. Now, would it be from Wonder? No, it could be from Wonder Woman.
I was gonna say, unless he gets it from Lois or Wonder Woman, I don't see it happening.
But I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't. I don't think. Nolan or Mark can, because I mean Nolan be slinging Nolan's slinging at everything to everybody everywhere. So
Yeah, Nolan just don't care.
I just thought of something like this. All right, what? Hell, this would be really kind of messed up. All right, so when Nolan got with the Thraxians, and plus, what if he had crabs?
Mhm.
And the Queen looked down at him and said, "Those are my kindred." I don't know if I no. Say, look at me. That was wrong. That was so wrong. Nolan's slinging. Oh man. But yeah, yeah, yeah. And probably. I think Homelander. No, Homelander couldn't be able to get it. But I don't know. He may be able to, but Compound V probably just burn it all up. That's the wrong way to phrase that. But yeah. But I think this whole second season was just more focused on everybody coming to terms with Nolan
Yeah,
and
the ripple effects.
yeah, the ripple effects of just him.
Because not
eh,
only because then because I loved how they even did like the thing with Debbie meeting. like that group of uh like
Oh,
survivors of
mhm. The ones
uh
that the spouses that were killed by Omni
uh
Man.
yeah, and uh and that awkward moment, and
Oh yeah, when she's
he
talking to the
realized who
one.
she was and
Yeah,
was like, "Oh, you shouldn't come back to group anymore.
yeah.
It is not a safe place for you."
And you look at it and like us as the audience, we know that, she had no idea. She had absolutely no clue that he was like that,
Yeah,
and no clue that he would even do anything like that or even capable, you know, of doing that, to the Guardians. And again, we see her just still kind of reeling from, and she was asking, where's Nolan at? Number one. That was her number one biggest question is where's Nolan?
yeah,
And then number two is like, I'm being looked at and just under a microscope because, that was my husband and he killed everybody, all of his teammates, and now he's gone. I have no clue where he's at. And now I'm being looked at and scrutinized and questioned and heavily judged over something I had no idea about. And you see her just kind of coming to grips with that and then trying to understand and trying to wrap her head around everything of what Nolan had said to Mark and what Nolan had said about her ultimately is that, yeah, he loves her, but he looks at her, like a pet.
yeah. Which
He
that's
doesn't look at her, as a person or as, the mother of his son. He doesn't look at her like that. And you kind of see her kind of coming to grips that and
yeah,
ultimately
that's
kind of
such a
questioning is that
messed
did
up way of
Nolan really truly love her?
yeah,
So this whole second scene was just focused on people in the aftermath of Nolan leaving. How do they handle it? How do they move on? How do they escape the shadow of Omni Man? How does Invincible escape the shadow of Omni Man? Because the ones that know, they know that, Invincible is Omni Man's son.
right.
So how does he escape that shadow of now he's being branded as he's going to do exactly what his dad did one day. He may not do it right now. He may not
But
even
event
tomorrow,
but eventually,
but eventually it will come a time where he will do the exact same thing as what Nolan did.
even
And
Cecil even Cecil thinks,
right, even like you said, even Cecil thinks that, and you see he is throughout the whole time still he's trying to help them, but they, you know, Mark and his mom are just like, against Cecil, against the Guardians, against their help, against everything. And you just see Cecil is just same with them, is trying to pick up the pieces and move on. But at the same time, he sees Mark as the biggest threat now on the planet.
Right. Well,
And
I mean, with Omni Man gone, he is the biggest threat.
he is the biggest threat. Yes. But yeah, this the second season, you know, loved it because, love the show. And it definitely takes the superhero concept and kind of lets you know is that yeah, we do have these heroes and have the giant, the battles and yada yada yada. And all right, cool. That's fine. Cool, 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 cool. But what happens after the fight? What happens before the fight? What happens when during the fight when Mark is supposed to be uh across town, sitting in class, taking a test. But instead, he is in another country fighting a kaiju, you know,
Yeah.
because if he's not over there fighting that kaiju, then, you know, thousands of people are going to die. But he has to be in class at the same time to take this exam. Otherwise, he's going to fail
Or a couple galaxies away
or a couple galaxies away. Right. And he won't be back until
for a
two
couple
months,
months.
a couple months. And you see him trying to pick up the slack that his dad left, but at the same time, not trying to be as vicious as his dad.
Right.
And then I will say this, as much as I kind of don't like Seth Rogen,
Mhm.
I do like him as Alan. I don't know why.
Why do you not like Seth
Because it's just
Rogen?
like so I don't know, man. Just something about Seth Rogen I just don't like. Just something about him I just don't like. I don't know what it is. There's
All
something
right.
about him I just don't like. Like I've seen
So,
his movies. Like I've seen Pineapple Express. I like Pineapple Express. You know, seeing Green Hornet. I didn't like Green Hornet because I love Green Hornet. I'm a fan of Green Hornet. I just did not like him as Green Hornet.
okay, okay,
Just
that's writing. That's
you know, I mean,
the alright, alright.
I in
Uh,
Neighbors, I
okay.
saw I saw Neighbors, and that was pretty funny. But just I don't know, man. Just something about him, man. I don't know what it is. The thing is, like, I watch his stuff, and I'm enjoying. I'm entertained by it. Just I don't know what it is, man. Just something about him. Just
Alright.
I
Yeah, I don't you don't have
I don't know
to
what it is.
enjoy it. That's fine. That
Like I enjoy,
it's just a little
something about him.
random
Like
for
something about him as a person, I don't like. I don't know what it is. Just something about him as a person. Stuff he
fine.
does is funny. Don't get me wrong. Stuff he does is funny. You know, I enjoy it. I
Okay,
laugh. But just something about him, I just don't like. I don't know what it is. I haven't seen it. I haven't figured it out yet.
okay, okay,
I
okay.
don't know what it is yet. The second I know, the
I'll
second
wait.
I figure it out,
I
the
will
entire world will know.
okay, okay.
And Ferdo says, Seth Rogen seems like the kind of guy that picks on people by forcing them to smell his armpit. You know what? That you might be onto something,
Okay,
Inferno. I
okay,
think you may
okay.
be right. But again, everything he does is funny. It's funny. I'm not gonna say that it's not, but I don't know, man. I think it's because a lot of time his humor is, well, not him in particular, but a lot of stuff that that projects and stuff like that he does,
Mm,
it's heavy, just like weed humor.
good point.
And a lot of times, some weed humor, it's funny, but most time it's just annoying.
Yeah, good point.
But I will say, as Alan, I do
Yeah,
like him as
he
Alan.
does
I do
he
like him
does
as
a pretty
Alan.
good job. He does a pretty good job as Alan.
I do like him as Alan.
Again, do you have those?
Oh man, yeah.
He
And
was acting like a douchebag. Do you have those?
said,
Or
"You have those?" Uh, He's over there just acting like a douchebag. Wait, do you have
again,
those? Do you
again,
have those
do
on
you
Earth?
have those?
Douchebags?
Do you have those?
Oh man. I did like and I will say, man, he caught, god damn, he got his ass beat the fuck up when he came to those Viltrumites. He got his ass whooped. Oh Lord. He got whooped. He got whooped bad. Oh, but I will say though, he Alan Alan went out talking shit. And I can appreciate that.
Of
I can appreciate that. You know?
course.
And the thing is, Alan's one of those it, he's one of those characters to where he's a great character. He's just a great written character.
Yeah.
Like, oh, and just him just, not only being able to handle themselves and the situation and to be able to fight a Viltrumite for a while. I said the best part about it is the shit talking.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that. I just love I love that, man. When you get the right hero or the right, a villain or whatever, and they're just funny. Like they beat your ass and then they make a quip and it's just funny. Oh yeah. And then we see, with Alan, right? And you find out more about Alan and the you start learning a little bit more about the group of people that he's associated with that are all trying to, you know, eliminate all the
Oppose.
Viltrumites.
Yeah.
Hmm. And so we start learning a little bit about it, and kind of seeing there this whole, I don't know what you call it, like a whole
Coalition.
team or whatever, a league or organization, uh, conglomeration, whatever you want to call it. Just like mixed of whole different planets. that have come together that have been, had their asses, handed to them by the Viltrumites, and now they're under Viltrumite rule, and they're trying to escape from Viltrumite rule. And now we're finding out a lot more that, this whole season, it's a lot more kind of like fact finding. I wouldn't say fact finding, but definitely a lot more of we learn more about the Viltrumites and who they truly, who they really and truly are, as a society, as a people,
Yeah.
as a planet, as
Oh, exactly.
right. and and now we see, start partly kind of see that their plan is, you know, to establish peace through Viltrumite rule. So they're that kind of level of bad guy to where they truly believe that what they're doing is a truly benevolent cause, even though they're killing everybody left and right that opposes them. Um, they still feel what they're doing, how they're handling everything is right. And and yeah, we see that and they acknowledge that. And then, you know, Mark is now taken over as um Nolan's job to take over the earth. And here's the thing though, man. Mark can still get his ass kicked by everybody else. They team together enough and they come up with a good solid plan. Mark's getting his ass kicked. I mean, he is. He's tough, and getting them one on one. Oh yeah, he's eliminating all of them. But if they work as a team and they come up with a good coordinated plan, they're taking him down. They're taking his ass down.
Oh yeah.
And I'll say, man, and Rex, man, when Rex got shot in the head, that shit was insane.
Yeah.
Because throughout that whole fight, everybody died. Everybody. And then the one I don't know what it was. This gigantic monster thing that killed Kate. It's gonna take he's gonna take, Rex's hand, eat it. You're gonna eat the man's hand, and then got his head blown off because, the I don't know what he had, was a coin or a card or a shard of glass or whatever in his hand that and I thought, I'm surprised that Gambit hasn't done any of those yet in any time in Marvel. But then again, this is Marvel, so they're probably not gonna show any kind of shit like that.
Yeah.
So he might have. He's probably not gonna show any kind of shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I started thinking to myself as well. So all right, uh, now could he just do something like that? Like if he just, you know, touched them, like touched their neck, and just like, transfer it like I was like, I don't know. But I don't know.
Not
Maybe.
organic.
I don't know. Maybe. Maybe not.
Can't be organic. But
Whew. But man, look here. And going into season 3. Oh man, look here. So season 3, we're gonna be reviewing that. What? That's a couple weeks or so.
yeah.
And that is I believe that's the season when Mark gets a new outfit. Oliver start growing up a little bit, you know. Wilter Mites is there. Everybody's having a good time. Everybody's having a good time.
Sounds like a great time.
But yeah, we're gonna be reviewing that in the next couple of weeks. And in between then, I feel like I'm gonna be watching more Spider Noir. Um I think this is one of those Nicholas Cage things where he's he's a bad actor in a good show. I think this is a it's a good show where he's a bad actor in a good show.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I think like with Ghost Rider, he was a good actor in a bad movie.
Okay.
You know? Because the whole thing in Ghost Rider is that the spirit that or the demon or fallen angel or whatever that possessed him was crazy. And so how do you act? Crazy. Which is easily for Nicolas Cage.
The eternal struggle of Nicolas Cage.
Right. But I think the difference is with that and Spider Noir is Ben Riley at this point is clearly see he's got, a whole lot of PTSD, from losing his wife, from the mob boss that killed his wife.
Mm-hmm.
He has tons of that, just a whole lot of stuff, he's clearly see he's falling into a really bad and deep depression, and he's doing his best trying to fight out of that, but still kind of keep his morals at the same time. This is it's interesting the way that he's played is because he's playing as very stoic.
Hmm.
It's very it's a very stoic character.
Yeah. I was
And
gonna say I think noir is supposed to be.
yeah, and so I think in this case, he's he's trying to play the stoic as best as he can. It's just coming off more as like he just memorizes lines and he's repeating them.
Mm, okay.
And I don't know, maybe that's just how he is normally when if he ever was going through a depression, that may be how he is. If that is so, then hey, that's a great performance that he's doing. But otherwise, I'm I'm going to reserve full judgment to the last episode because I mean it's starting out kind of slow, or at least kind of slow for me.
Yeah.
But I always equate to the first first 2 or 3 episodes as establishing the story and building the world and building the characters up.
Right.
So I get it. Some parts are going to be slower because it's building those characters up. I mean, unless you go in and it's a
Just full
popular media
throttle.
that, yeah, if it's a
Yeah.
popular media that everybody knows, then hey, boom, you can hit the ground running, go full gas, full throttle, everything. And hey, what's up, Harley?
Hey, Harley.
And it's gonna be interesting to see. It'll be interesting to see that show. So that's on my watch list right now, waiting on X-Men 97, because I know when that one drops, that is going to be
All
amazing.
bets are off.
It's going to be amazing. I
Yeah.
still got to catch up on second season of Daredevil. Um, and there's something else. There's another series I'm missing. Hmm. I don't know. I'll remember it eventually. As I scrolling through Amazon or HBO. Have you seen the Backrooms movie? Oh,
Nope.
Harley. I do believe you may have given me something to watch and
Ruh-roh.
to review. If it's a hot garbage movie, I'm gonna have to do a hot garbage movie because everything what I've been seeing lately, I like, and and you know, um, we need to do a bad movie, and that as good as anyone. That's as good as any. So Harley, you
Hot
about to have a
garbage it
show.
is.
So you about to have a show dedicated to you in this horrible movie. Whew. But all right, let's see. Hart says they literally run from a deformed pirate the entire movie. No, no one on screen alive and barely any. Oh, no on screen unalive. Okay, no one on screen dies and barely any blood. Oh, Hardy. See, I don't know if I could. I need the gore and the blood. No, I'm just lying. I'm lying. It depends on the story, whether or not I don't know. But the way they run from a deformed pirate. Um, sound is that Popeye? It sounds like a Popeye movie. Sounds like
Yeah.
one of the Popeye movies. But anyway, we've come to the end of the show. That's the end of this. Um, coming up a little bit later, we've got I think Kennedy Effect is coming out tonight. I'm not sure.
Pretty sure we
Probably.
do.
I'm pretty sure that Kennedy Effect is coming on. Haven't heard anything about Jeff needing to take some time off or anything like that. So you can expect Jeff Kennedy with the Kennedy Effect about an hour ish or so. After that, we've got the Villains View with myself, General Gambit over there. Uh, we've got Taz J that's going to be joining, and the villain himself, Thomas Bishop. We're going to be talking about, oh, the manosphere. Or I guess how funny the manosphere is. Um not funny, haha. Just funny because they're losers. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. And then after that, we're ending it with conversations with T Nathan. So stick around for that. Have a few laughs. And we're going to talk about some losers calling themselves alpha males. Yep. So with that being said, that being done, my okay, thank God. I was about to say the program manager is up here staring at my face, but right now she is taking a nap. So we're gonna end it right this. So that way, you know, she won't have to be up in my face saying, you're running past. Look here, man. Shut up. Give me my food. Infernal, you know what? We asked Thomas tonight, can Superman get chlamydia? We'll ask him because Thomas might know. Thomas might know the answer to this. I don't know. I think maybe under certain circumstances, if it's kryptonite or red sun involved, probably. But
in the bottle city of Candor.
In the bottle city of Candor, probably. Probably. But we'll find out later on tonight. We'll find out later on tonight. So tune in for that. So we find out, can Superman get chlamydia? And we'll end it on that note. So everybody, we will see you all next week. We'll be talking about some kind of bad movie. I don't know. Probably Backrooms movie that Harley just suggested. And we'll be talking shit about it next week. So we will see you all then. Take care, y'all. Take care, y'all.
Later on, guys.